Good morning, everyone. I am Tim Lang, Senior Executive Vice President and CTO of MicroStrategy. Yesterday, we had an incredible start to our World Conference. Fong and Hugh gave an overview of what MicroStrategy accomplished and delivered in 2021. And they took us on a journey through the 4 transformations of analytics modernization. Today, I'm going to delve into where business intelligence is going in 2022 and beyond. We will take a look specifically at the challenges facing enterprise companies, the investments they need to begin making now in order to position themselves to succeed in an ever-changing landscape, and the investments that MicroStrategy is making in our technologies and services to help you meet these challenges head-on. When we look back at 2021 and even to 2020, we have seen so many changes to the technology landscape, our business processes, the needs of our users, and the expectations of our customers. Never in the history of technology have the needs of the enterprise businesses and their customers shifted as profoundly and quickly as in the past 2 years. Before 2020, we saw only 6% of enterprise workforce worked remotely. Today, that number has risen to 75%. Recent studies have shown that in this new way of working, enterprises have seen productivity gains on average of 35 to 45%, and MicroStrategy has experienced that ourselves. Companies that have successfully adapted to these changes have to reimagine their business processes, management techniques, and most of all, the applications and technologies they need to support their users and customers. When we talk about any technology, we often speak of evolution. One of the key drivers of evolution is the ability to adapt to changes. Enterprise companies need to plan for an unknown future, and they need to base their technologies, applications, and core business processes on 3 key principles. A platform that is designed for enterprises, engineered to be future-proofed, and supports the creation of powerful, modern experiences. The problem you need to solve are complex, unique, require a high degree of specialization, and are critical to the operation of your teams, your customers, and your business. MicroStrategy is the world leader in enterprise business intelligence. This means that the problem we are trying to solve are your problems. It's part of our DNA. We don't focus our investments on the need of a single self-service analyst or even a team of 10. The BI landscape is full of simple tools that meet those needs. Enterprise companies need a platform that is specifically focused on their needs, and they need a partner that is solely focused on their success. This is who MicroStrategy is and will continue to be. To meet the challenges facing your organization in 2022 and beyond, there are 4 major investment areas you need to focus on now. Modern, powerful experiences, delivering intuitive insight and personalization across all form factors. No low-code applications, rapid development and deployment, configuration versus customization. Pervasive augmented intelligence, augmented experiences to reach every user and customer. Enterprise scale, modern experiences require modern deployment and management. To begin, let's talk about the modern, powerful experiences you need to provide to get your customers engaged and deliver the insights they need. Dashboards are dead. A dashboard solves problems for 5 to 10 users and solves very simple, basic problems for a single persona. They are flat, single-dimensional solutions and don't fit the needs of your users and customers. Enterprise companies need to focus on building applications. The application you are building needs to solve problems for 5 to 10,000 users. They need to be modern, intuitive, engaging experiences that drive adoption and delight your users. Your applications need to work harder than ever to deliver value to your customers and users in an increasingly noisy landscape of push notifications, alerts, and dozens of other interfaces competing for their time and attention. Much like a brick-and-mortar business needing to reimagine itself to differentiate and offer a compelling experience to compete against online retailers, so too must your application provide modern, intuitive, engaging experiences that deliver insight to those who need it when they need it, where they need it. These experiences need to be able to scale to suit an enterprise audience, provide fast performance, and support enterprise security. They need to allow for customizations to support a broad customer base and ever-changing user needs. These are the problems that enterprise applications face, and these are what MicroStrategy is working tirelessly on to provide you with the best platform for enterprise application development. In order to modernize your application experience to meet the growing expectations of your users and customers, they need to support several critical capabilities. They need to solve complex problems for multiple personas in a single application. Applications should be multi-dimensional, supporting organic discovery and intuitive workflow. You must reach users on their desktop, their browsers, and their mobile devices in a single application versus creating distinct apps for each form factor. They must be capable of embedding inside your existing systems, applications and portals to reach your users where they already live and work. They have to scale on demand to adapt to changes in your organization or customers' needs. Applications need rapid development and deployment. You can't take 8 months to develop and deploy a solution in today's landscape. You need to invest in tools that allow for no-code and low-code application development and deployment. Modernization isn't just about adopting new technologies or moving to the cloud. It's about modern experiences. Your customers and users on average interact with at least a dozen application experiences every day. Their expectations about what an application experience should be is constantly evolving and becoming more demanding. Your applications need to be intuitive, highly functional, compelling experiences that provide insight and drive collaboration. This is the difference between adoption and abandonment. The products and experiences you create also need to bring insight to your users where they are rather than relying on them to find it for themselves. You need experiences where a single click can trigger a layer with new insights, swap visualizations or data on the fly without leaving your current view, or change every dimension of data being analyzed in a single click. These experiences need personalization so your users can configure them to suit their needs, as well as the ability to auto-configure based on who a user is and the role they have. This ensures a single application can address the broadest possible audience. Enterprises need to invest in consolidation of their applications and experiences. Too many endpoints means too much noise and too many competing voices for your customers to handle. It makes your products feel fractured, disjointed. Modern applications can adapt their experiences and content to fit a vast number of personas across any platform, eliminating the need for redundant versions of persona-based stacks, vastly reducing both time to develop as well as maintenance. In the past, you would need a team of 20 engineers and 9 months to design, build, and deploy an enterprise application. By today's standards, that's way too long. Today, you need a platform that will allow a single author to build and deploy an enterprise application with modern, powerful experiences in as little as a day. This is the era of the developer, but the meaning of what it is to be a developer is shifting. You need a tool that can help you build your vision without writing a single line of code. This empowers your organization and your team to envisage, design, and build their own application, often without the need for traditional software engineers. No-code and low-code application development has become an essential tool of the intelligent enterprise, and MicroStrategy is ready to meet that need with library application and Dossier. MicroStrategy has made significant investments in our authoring and consumption experiences to deliver the vehicles enterprises need to create no-code applications that are beautiful, intuitive, flexible, and powerful. Dossiers are responsive on any device while also allowing you to create very custom experiences for mobile, tablets, or web, all within a single dossier. We have made major investments not only in expanding our embedded capabilities, but also providing far more customization options out of the box, focusing on a shift from customization to configuration. We have greatly enhanced our accessibility for Dossier as well, ensuring your applications can reach the broadest possible audience. Whether you're creating reporting applications for your customers, a mobile inventory application, a beautiful infographic, or a detailed transaction report, Dossier has the tools you need to create an incredible user experience. To show you some of the incredible advancements MicroStrategy has made in no-code application development, let's turn it over to our product management leads for authoring and consumption, Amy and Holly.
Amazing. Thanks, Tim. We're so excited to announce the release of custom applications. From listening to our customers, we learned that many of you wanted to personalize or essentially brand the library viewing experience for your organization. You can now customize a collection of library experiences for views unique to specific user groups. Yeah, you heard that right. You can now create multiple viewing experiences, all controlled by ACLs to keep the portal secure. Maybe you need to create different applications for the team on the sales floor versus the finance team in the corporate office. Or maybe you're an OEM building different views for your customers. Applications are your new superpower. Now, there are two types of application frameworks, making it easy for you to start designing and creating from Workstation with no code at all. We refer to the first app type as Library Home. This type of app uses the library home screen that we know and love with a few tweaks. For example, I can limit and lock down the app to show only specific content in the viewing portal and determine which components to enable in the application. For example, maybe the finance team only needs to view a total of 5 dossiers. Let's make sure that they have the new content group assigned, another new object I'll tell you about later, and note that you can easily toggle off any of these library functionalities. But where your organization can be really creative is the second application type, Dossier Home. And Dossier Home is exactly what you think it is. You can now select a dossier that you've designed as an application. Library is still that underlying base, so you can still enable or disable the same functionalities, such as the toolbar options, but the dossier is now the home page with custom navigation, linking, and even actions, all while keeping the user within the same dossier. To tell you more about all those dossier possibilities, let's kick it over to Amy.
Thanks for that overview, Holly. Let's build out a beautiful, modern dossier using all our latest features that will be the homepage for my users. As you can see, we'll be editing straight from Library for a seamless experience. One critical piece is building out an intuitive navigation bar. With images, out-of-the-box shapes, and contextual linking, you can easily create a button bar. I want this time series button to navigate to the company stock page. Next, let's build out a new visualization to give my users meaningful ways to analyze their data. Let's start with the time series visualization. Add a date attribute and our stock metrics. It starts as a line chart until we have enough data to display as a candlestick. Customize the look and feel from the Format panel. Control how users interact with the time range, add moving averages, and match the colors to the dossier style. Great, now we have a time series visualization for our users to easily analyze our company's stock data. I also want to highlight some new formatting options like nested labels and bar chart label positioning.
This looks amazing. I'm a big fan of the Sankey visualization, so make sure to use it.
Yes, on top of time series viz, we have our new Sankey, modern grid, comparison KPI, and multi-metric KPI. Check out my What's New session on dossier authoring and accessibility to learn how to build each one. Next, let's enable additional flexibility for our users by adding attribute metric selectors and panel stacks. Use attribute metric selectors to easily change the metric or attribute on the visualization. Use panel stacks to offer multiple views using the same canvas space. You don't need to guess your users' preferred visualizations or layouts. Instead, provide different options and they can choose. Add a panel stack from the top toolbar and add the views you want to build out. Let's add a panel selector and customize the look and feel. Simply build out each view, and now your users can explore both with a simple click. Let's add instant insight and next-level information directly using a single click with information windows. Information windows unlock many creative use cases like tutorial splash screens, pop-up navigation menus, and one-click descriptions. Start by adding an information window on the top toolbar. Choose where it displays in relation to where it is clicked. Auto will responsively pick the position that fits best. Add anything you want, like images, text boxes, and visualizations. Once you have finished formatting, return to your main canvas and choose the visualization, text box, or image that you want to trigger the information window from. From the context menu, select the target information window. Be sure to give each one a meaningful name so it is easy to identify. And just like that, you've created an information window, providing instant insights with a single click. Lastly, let's check this dossier out on mobile. With responsive design top of mind, I used grouping, auto-size text boxes, hide show on mobile, and vertical scrolling to ensure my dossier looks great on mobile. Now, my users can access this powerful Dossiers home experience from their laptops or on the go, right from their mobile devices.
Yeah, and I think that's an important thing to point out here, Amy, is that library is build once, deploy everywhere, and so are applications. No matter the app type you choose or dossier you design, this application will be available to your users on a web browser, on the MicroStrategy app that you might have downloaded to desktop, and on your favorite mobile devices. And if you have access to more than one app, you can easily switch between workspaces to get those specific views based on your team. Again, we've designed this from start to finish to be super intuitive and simple. And just one more thing.
Wait, there's more?
Really, I'm not kidding, there's one more thing. So now that we have our application, you know I'm an end user, I have all the content that the organization has given me, but let's say I find this great report with these KPIs that I want my team to have and review on a recurring basis. In Library, end users can now create and manage subscriptions. The subscriptions that I create are based on my bookmarks or personal views. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so we have our call center dossier. Let's go to share and subscribe to dossier. And I want the team to focus on what's happening in our region. So I'm gonna go ahead and select that specific bookmark. And you can choose from an Excel or PDF subscription to get delivered right to that email. I'm gonna go ahead and select PDF and then choose a specific schedule. These are loaded from whatever has been created on the back end. And then see that my user is already added for self-subscription, but I have specific privileges, so I can also add others to receive that subscription. So I'm gonna go ahead and add you, Amy, so let's see if you get the subscription. I kept you as unsubscribed just in case you need to unsubscribe from my emails. I know I send you a lot, so let's go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, I just received it in my inbox. Let me open it. Amazing, I have the PDF of that bookmark view. It's really easy to make sure users not only have their applications, but also specific content delivered to them in a timely manner. Back to you, Tim.
Thanks, Amy and Holly, for that look into the incredible no-code application experiences that can be delivered today with MicroStrategy. One of the things we're very proud of at MicroStrategy is that we have many of the leading software companies using our platform to embed business intelligence into their own application experiences. In 2021, MicroStrategy made significant investments in our platform to support an API-first approach to application building and embedding, as well as the work we need to support the ability to embed library applications and connect to your CI/CD workflow, whether that's for dossiers or HyperIntelligence. The third major investment you need to make in 2022 is pervasive augmented intelligence. MicroStrategy has always had the vision of intelligence everywhere, the belief in the democratization of data to deliver insights to every person in an enterprise and to every customer they serve. Pervasiveness is the key to delivering on the promise of intelligence everywhere. It drives better decision-making, it drives adoption of your application, it drives engagement of your users. When we talk about modern experiences, one major shift we are seeing is the need of an intelligent enterprise is the ability to deliver insights to your customers, not only in the applications you create for them, but in the applications they live and work every day. While your solutions can solve problems for a vast array of critical personas, it's very difficult to deliver a single solution that can reach the entire enterprise, to the very edges of your ecosystems. You need to consider how you can deliver the right data to the right people at the right time to ensure that every decision made by your customers and your users is being enriched with relevant, contextual, timely information. This is the definition of an informed user and a key attribute of a modern enterprise. If you aren't considering this, or if your current technology stack is incapable of this, you will run the risk of falling behind companies that are making these investments. A major talking point in the past year in the BI landscape is augmented analytics. While this is a very important strategic investment, it is all too often misguided or poorly implemented. You don't have to look very hard to find dozens of stories about enterprise companies deploying AI and ML solutions, only to have them fail in a variety of ways, delivering useless, unactionable, and often incorrect or even dangerous data to users who believe it to be accurate. This erodes trust in your users and customers, and in many cases has fundamentally harmed businesses and users alike. MicroStrategy is making major investments in this space in 2022. But we are looking beyond augmented analytics. Augmented analytics are isolated, machine-generated data points delivered to users with no governance or human touch to ensure their accuracy and usefulness. A user only needs one bad insight to turn the feature off and never look back, or to make a decision based on bad data that harms the customer or the company. At MicroStrategy, our vision is to focus on bringing insights to enterprise applications in the form of augmented experiences. Our vision for enterprise augmented experiences begins with three key tenets. They must be governed, they must be guided, and they must be actionable. To discuss more about our vision for augmented experience, let's hear from one of our favorite product managers, Nida.
Thanks, Tim. We are very excited to unveil our 2022 roadmap for enterprise augmented experiences. These new capabilities will allow your application designers to deliver new curated and governed insights to your users and customers, all without writing a single line of code. As Tim mentioned, we believe that augmented experiences need to follow three critical principles. A, they must be governed. B, they must be guided. And C, they must deliver useful insights. These experiences can be created and enabled for your dossier-based applications to reach users on any form factor, whether you're using library out of the box or have customized or embedded the application. We also believe that to achieve intelligence everywhere, we need to deliver insight into the applications and experiences that your users work with daily. Our journey into augmented experiences begins with our newly released capability that Amy and Holly discussed earlier, custom applications in library. Library applications are a great way to deliver targeted customized experiences for your users without requiring custom coding. It is part of the shift enterprises need to make from customized coding to configuration. Another key to creating pervasive experiences is the ability to reach users who would not normally use your applications out of the box. We can reach those users through embedding. The MicroStrategy low-code SDKs will allow you to embed your dossiers and HyperIntelligence cards inside the existing applications your customers are already using. Our robust APIs will allow you to fine-tune that experience to match your existing application. HyperIntelligence can further the mission of intelligence everywhere by delivering data to users by seamlessly integrating in the flow of their work. You can design cards to support any business function inside your enterprise and deliver them to users in any web application, email, or mobile device. So these are the key capabilities already in our platform that are the foundation of a vision for augmented experiences to deliver on the promise of intelligence everywhere. Now let's talk about where we are headed in 2022. Our vision for enterprise augmented experiences in 2022 will begin with guided insights. It will allow users to identify key data to watch and monitor. A summary of all data changes will be available to them the next day when they visit the application, accompanied by NLG explanation of the factors responsible for driving the change in the data. The summary of data changes can be delivered as a subscription as well, that appears in the user's inbox or preferred messaging service each morning as well as in library. They can even set thresholds on the data to trigger when they want updates and can be delivered instantly when the data changes. This guided approach to augmented experiences will ensure users can get focused updates and insights into the data that means the most to them across all of their applications, giving them a single launch point each day to drive the journey directly to the data they need. Once we have guided insights, we will move into governed insights. As Tim mentioned earlier, we believe that to ensure the best experience for your users and to ensure the insight generated for them is actionable and accurate, it must be governed. This starts with the dossier author previewing the insights our engine would generate, using a combination of AI and ML analysis of the dimensions and trends, and observing usage patterns in library. The dossier author can then approve or reject these insights, as it is critical that anything offered to the end users is governed by the authors of those applications, to minimize the risk of unwanted information being pushed to the end users. When the curated set is ready, it can be deployed to the users, who can then elect to like or dislike the insight to further tune their governed insights. The last piece of our augmented experience strategy will be to enhance the authoring experience. We call this authoring insights. It will make content creation even easier than it is today. Our engine will identify common dimensions used for analysis for any given dataset or combination of datasets and pair those with common visualizations used to analyze that data. We then offer these auto-generated visualizations when authors connect to those datasets. This saves enormous amounts of time for the author looking to create common analysis patterns while also making authoring far more approachable to newcomers. But that's just the beginning of this journey. When common dimensions and visualization patterns emerge, we can recommend the creation of a certified visualization, one that is formatted, themed, and grouped with other objects that the author deems useful. For example, attribute or metric selectors, in-canvas filters, panel stacks, and more. Those grouped objects become a certified reusable authoring object that will have a description, name, and will then be available to any dossier author in that environment. That certified object will also replace the auto-generated one anytime it would have been recommended, increasing consistency of design across your applications. Finally, those reusable objects will be found in our new enterprise asset library, where authors can easily access and use them frequently in their dossiers. So this is what will shape the future of augmented experiences, the path to augmented enterprise, and how we can ultimately achieve intelligence everywhere using MicroStrategy. Thank you, and back to you, Tim.
Thanks, Nida, for giving us that glimpse into the future of the intelligent enterprise and how MicroStrategy plans to introduce the world to augmented experiences. So far, we have reviewed the challenges facing enterprise companies in 2022 and beyond with regards to creating powerful, modern experiences, deploying no-code applications rapidly, and delivering augmented experiences to support every user and customer of your enterprise. But there is one challenge still remaining that we have to address: enterprise scale, security, and administration. With the shift to remote work, we saw our systems and applications, which once had moderate usage, suddenly become strained and overtaxed, as well as an increased demand for new applications and solutions to solve many new business problems. Modern enterprises need the ability not only to scale their applications on demand, but also deploy new environments when and where they need them in a matter of minutes instead of months. Enterprise companies are also facing unprecedented security threats. It has never been more important to be on the most recent release of our platform and tools than it is today. Just recently, we were all impacted by Log4j vulnerability that took down countless applications around the world. Our team worked around the clock to deliver patches, restart environments, and deliver solutions directly to our impacted customers to ensure as little downtime as possible. To support these efforts, MicroStrategy is moving to a monthly release cadence. Environments in MicroStrategy Cloud will automatically receive these monthly updates to ensure that our cloud customers are always using our latest technology, tools, and security updates. As you heard yesterday, we have designed our platform with a long-term vision in mind, embracing a federated and open architecture with major investments in our cloud technologies, as well as new investments in containerization and security as part of our FedRAMP certification. We have made these investments to provide you a future-proof platform that you can build upon with confidence. MicroStrategy's architecture corresponds to a single metadata layer, a single code base, a single server, and a single point of administration, resulting in far fewer moving parts in a solution, as well as the tightest possible product integration. That single point of administration is Workstation. Managing an enterprise suite of applications, data sources, and assets requires an enterprise management tool, and MicroStrategy has delivered that in Workstation. Whether it's monitoring environments and jobs, deploying content, integrating SSO, or architecting a schema, Workstation has all of the capabilities needed to run the intelligent enterprise. For a closer look at recent updates to Workstation, let's hear from our Vice President of Product Management, Erika Moreno.
Thanks, Tim. We are very excited about what we have accomplished so far with Workstation. Now, the only thing that you need for the administrator and architect workflows is Workstation, and it gives you much more than the traditional tools. Architects can model their data entirely from Workstation. They can start adding data from the data sources provided by the administrator and import tables from their data warehouse by dragging them and dropping them into the right panel or writing their own query and saving it as a custom view. After adding the tables, they can easily create multiple attributes and add forms to those attributes. If you have a homogeneous schema, you can take advantage of the recommendations provided by the tool to map them to your already created attributes. You can also create facts by multi-selecting the columns, right-clicking on them, and selecting Create New Fact. You can later use these facts and attributes to create other objects on top of them, like metrics, filters, prompts, derived elements, and consolidations. Another significant feature of Workstation is the hierarchy editor. The hierarchy editor makes it easy to adjust the relationships and cardinality between attributes. You can see immediately which clusters of attributes are related to each other, and if you're missing any relationships by using the Unlinked button. If you need to add more details to the attributes or facts, you can also use the attribute editor to create multi-form attributes, change data types, and more, or the metric editor to create more advanced facts. You can tailor the content of your end users by using filters and prompts that will allow you to reuse reports, dossiers, and documents that will serve multiple personas in your organization, allowing you to avoid maintenance headaches. You can also use Workstation to build on top of the schema and create objects that will ensure that your data is governed and is a single source of truth for the organization. An administrator can compare settings between environments and projects to modify and adjust properties quickly between development, QA, and production from one place. They can also take advantage of the different monitors like the nodes, services, user connections, cubes, and my favorite one, the job monitor. This monitor will allow an administrator to set up thresholds for long-running jobs and troubleshoot right there what is going on with it. By right-clicking on the details, they can review the steps and the SQL query for the job. But that is not everything. Administrators can also manage the data sources created for the platform, manage and monitor subscriptions, allow seamless single sign-on using OIDC or SAML options, configure the library administration, security settings, and add-ins from Workstation. With Workstation, administrators get a section that will allow to manage their users and user groups, specify access to projects, tailor their roles and privileges, and assign security filters to provide row-level security to the data, all from the same interface. All of these are great, but what happens when administrators need to speed up the day-to-day tasks like maintaining the users in the environment or refreshing cache? Well, we have integrated a Python script editor in Workstation. The editor empowers administrators to create scripts that automate some of their tasks. To handhold the process, the editor shows the Mysterio package, a MicroStrategy library containing the Python wrappers that work on top of our APIs to perform the tasks. If you're unsure on how to start, we also added some sample outlines that will allow you to jumpstart your script. The Python script monitor allows the administrator to keep track of the scripts, storing the metadata, and assign proper security for them. By default, only the scripts that are certified can be executed, but the administrator can modify this behavior to allow developers to run those scripts in a development environment without getting them certified. These scripts are the foundation to provide more customizable functionality to our users. Later on, you will be able to take advantage of these scripts to trigger events, custom actions in dossiers, transactions, and more. If you think that is a lot of functionality packed into this one tool, wait until you see what we have planned for this year. Back to you, Tim.
Thanks, Erika. Truly some impressive additions to the capabilities in Workstation to support the development, deployment, and administration of enterprise applications. The future of enterprise intelligence has never been as complex, as challenging, or as exciting as it is in 2022. Today, we looked at the challenges facing us all as we move into the new year, as well as how MicroStrategy is making investments in meeting these challenges head-on. We are committed to being the world-leading BI platform and will continue to work with our customers to meet any new challenge that arises. MicroStrategy is not just a vendor, we are a partner. We want you to leverage our services and enterprise support to help you design the applications and solutions you need, with the features and configurations required to deliver on the promise of intelligence everywhere. In 2021 alone, our technology and consulting divisions partnered with thousands of our customers to imagine, design, build, and deploy incredible application experiences. We can't wait to partner with you in 2022. I leave you today with my final thoughts on what any intelligent enterprise should be asking for in 2022. Imagine more for your application experiences. Imagine more for your users. More context, more insight, more empowerment. Demand more from your tools, from your platform. Deliver more for your users, to your customers, to your enterprise. Imagine more, demand more, deliver more with MicroStrategy. Thank you.